Hi there. Series 10 of the Great British Sewing Bee is in full swing, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I was extremely lucky recently. I had a birthday and I got bought the Back to Basics book from the new series. It's the brand new book that's being issued. So if you're thinking of buying this book or you've got it already, and you want a bit of inspo, stick around because we're going to take a deep dive into this book and make some plans together. See you in a bit. So here I am with my Sewing Bee Back to Basics book, and I'm just going to give you a little overview of my opinion of the book, and then we're going to talk through 5 garments from the book that I plan to make, and I'm going to make one a month for the next 5 months and do sew-alongs to go with them. So if that's something that you're interested in, you've already got the book or you're thinking about buying it, this is the vlog for you. So let's talk about the title, Back to Basics. That to me means easy, simple patterns, basic patterns. Very misleading because there are some easy patterns in this book, but there are some quite complicated ones as well. So if you read underneath the main title, it then says, create your own capsule wardrobe with 25 dressmaking projects. Yes, 25, that's a lot of patterns in this book. So it's more of a capsule wardrobe collection to me, rather than what I call back to basics, which is basic patterns and learning basic sewing skills. But with that in mind, the first 37 pages of this book, which is that many pages, is all dedicated to sewing skills. Some I already know how to do, and some I don't. So it is very, very detailed. It goes from basic sewing kit, everything that you will possibly need to start sewing, to how to choosing your size, grading between sizes, basic pattern adjustments, pattern matching in great detail, and then the different sewing techniques that you could possibly use, things like gathering, shearing, how to do darts properly, the different types of zips, piping, how to place your buttons on your garment. So it goes into sewing skills in great detail and gives you lots of information, which is brilliant. And then you go on to the projects. And as I've already said, there are 25 projects in this book. OMG. Now you can see I've earmarked quite a lot of them, which is good. But I've narrowed it down to 5 of them that I've already got the fabrics for in my stash. And that's how I've worked it. Not necessarily the ones that I like the most, but the ones that I've not got to buy the fabric for, I can get on with straight away. So the first one, and it's the first garment in the book, and when I opened this I went, oh, I've been looking for one of these for ages. Yeah, it's just a shirt, but if you can look at the detail in the shirt, it's done in stripes and it's got different directions. It's got a front yoke on there, and the stripes go in different directions and on the back. The sleeves have got tabs on, and I can't wait to make this one because I've got fabric perfect for it. Speaking of fabric, it reckons on here that I'm going to need 2.5 metres of fabric. Now, I find that hard to believe, and as is all the way through this book, it doesn't give you the different amounts of material depending on your size. It just gives you one amount, which I'm assuming is for the biggest size. So that's a little bit of a criticism from me, because potentially you could end up buying a lot more fabric than you need. So my suggestion would be, before you buy any fabrics, if you're going to buy them and they're not in your stash, get your pattern printed off or paper piece it, cut it out, lay your pieces out on a surface marking the width of your fabric, and lay them out, and then measure how much you actually need before you spend your hard-earned cash, because I don't think I'm going to need anywhere near 2.5 metres for that. So, shall I show you the fabric that I want to make the shirt in? You might have seen it before. It is a viscose fabric that I got from Guthrie & Garney, pink and cream stripes, which will be perfect for the shirt. So there we go. It's got quite a bit of drape to it, but it will hold a crease, which is good for shirts. And I think it's going to be great for spring, wear it as a layering garment in the summer, and layer it up in the autumn and winter, because who says you can't wear pink in winter? So that is number one. So the sizing on it is from a UK size 8 to a UK size 22. Now, they're the size bands for all the patterns in this book, which isn't very size inclusive, only going up to a size 22. So that's my second criticism, the sizing. And also, while we're on sizing and being size inclusive, I'm on the hunt at the moment for pattern companies that do different heights. Being 5 foot on a good day, I always have to alter the patterns, and I would have thought that being the Sewing Bee book, they would have been more size inclusive and more height inclusive, and done the option of 3 different heights in their patterns. But they've not done, so I'm going to have to alter. It's not stopping me making them, but it would have been nice. So yeah, this is the fabric for the shirt. What do you think? I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. So what's the second project that I want to do? So this is the second one I want to make up. It's the jersey twist top. Now, I know she's sewing an awful lot of midriff on this pattern picture, but I'm hoping that being vertically challenged, that won't be as big a gap for one, and I can probably lengthen the bodice if I need to. So I am going to toile this before I cut into my precious fabric. Now, it's not very fabric hungry. Now, with this one, they're banding the fabric amounts that you need, so we're getting a little bit better. So a size 8 to 14 only takes 0.75 of a metre. Good scrap buster, isn't it? I can imagine doing either side of that in different fabrics, and then the sleeve and the back in another fabric. So if you've got loads of stretch jersey scraps that you need to use up, this twist top could be a good one. What fabrics do they suggest that you should use? It just says light to medium weight jersey, and then it says avoid t-shirt weight. So remember that one. Viscose jersey is going to be probably the best thing for it, because it'll help with the drape of the top. So with that in mind, what fabric have I got in my stash that I can make the twist front top in? Here we go. This is a lightweight viscose jersey. I haven't got a lot of it, so it's perfect. Very swirly and swishy and stretchy. What do we think of that? Now, let's just grab the picture, then you can visualise. I may make these sleeves a bit longer and put some elastic in the bottom and create a puffy sleeve on it. Possibly. Because this fabric I can then wear in the autumn and winter and the spring when I need something with a sleeve. And let's face it, the way the weather is in the UK, in the summer as well at the moment. So that's the twist front top. I've never made something with a twist in. So we're going to give that twist a try. So I've done a shirt, a top. Let's have a look at a dress. There are a few dresses in this book, but the one that's caught my eye in particular is this one. Now, it's been made full length, which I don't think I will do. I may possibly just leave that bottom tier off and see how I get on. There's something else that bothers me with this dress, and I don't know whether you're going to be able to see. It's got a semi-fitted waistband there, but when I've read the instructions, they've not interfaced that fabric and they've not double-faced it and treated it like a proper waistband. So you can see possibly all those little gathers in the waistband area because the weight of the fabric is pulling it down and creating those gathers, which I don't think is a good look. So I am going to double face that waistband and interface it to make it more structured, hopefully give me a better silhouette around my waist area. I love the sleeves and I love the little cute ties on the bottom. I like the scooped front neckband. Yeah. Can't wait to make this one. So what do they say? What do they say about the maxi dress? They say you need 3.25 metres of fabric. I know I won't need anywhere near that much being vertically challenged. And they've not banded the amount of fabric by the sizes again. Again, size 8 to 22. They're saying it's an intermediate pattern. And the reason they're saying that is because there's an invisible zip on it and there's a lot of gathering to do. That's why I think they've said it's intermediate. What fabric do they suggest? It says cotton, viscose, crepe and linen. Now, I wouldn't have thought that would go great in a linen fabric unless it was a lightweight cotton linen because there's a lot of gathers in that skirt and the weight would really drag it down. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. So what fabric have I picked from my stash? I want to make it in this recent purchase. And it is a viscose twill. It's on a dark background, so I want to make this dress because it's got 3/4 sleeves and it's quite long. I want to make it as an autumn winter dress with some cute, maybe pink boots would go. Black obviously would go, but pink would be nice. And I've got some pink boots, so maybe they will be worn with it. But yeah, I've got 3 meters of this. It's a viscose twill, so it's drapey. It'll be great for gathering. But it's a little, because it's a twill fabric, it's got a little bit more weight to it as well as the drape, so perfect for the autumn weather. So that dress in this viscose twill is what I'm thinking. So garment number 4 is going to be a skirt. And it's going to be, you may not be surprised to know, the button-up skirt that was in, similar to the one that was in the first episode of the new Sewing Bee. It's buttoned down front, it's panelled, so there's lots of top stitching. Again, it's a size 8 to 22. You need apparently 2 meters of fabric. I know that I can probably get away with 1.5 meters because I'm vertically challenged. You need interfacing 8 buttons. It says jeans buttons. Now I may use metal snaps instead of the buttons for my version. Top stitching thread, size 90 sewing needle, so a sturdy sewing needle because you're sewing through quite thick fabrics and a few layers when you're doing the top stitching. And they're saying it's intermediate, probably because loads of top stitching, loads of buttonholes. So fair enough, I agree with that. It probably is an intermediate pattern. So what fabric have I found in my stash that I want to make this one in? Are you ready for this? You might need sunglasses. I say that a lot, don't I? But you might. I want to make it in this popping pink needle cord. Absolutely yummy, scrummy, that colour. Now, I've probably got about 1.5 meters on a good day. So I'm going to have to play pattern Tetris with this one and hopefully I'll get it out of it. If not, I might get a different colour of cord and do the panels in different colours. So I may get some cream as an alternate colour or a paler pink and do them each panel a different colour. But ideally, I want to get it all out of this pink. And it goes really well with the stripe pink fabric I want to make the shirt in. So we're getting a bit capsule now. I'm getting there. They go together. So 2 of the garments I made are making a mini capsule wardrobe. Loving that. So then there's one last garment that I could choose. And I did struggle. Not because there weren't enough patterns that I wanted to make, because there were too many of them. And in the end, I picked one that is going to stretch my capabilities. And it is the shirred dress. Because I've also will be setting myself a skills challenge for the rest of this year, and shirring is one of the skills I want to improve. I've done little bits of shirring in waistbands and cuffs and things, but this has a completely shirred bodice and I do like it. I'm not mad keen on the piffling little frill on the bottom, so I might alter that. Short on the main one, make that bottom frill a bit deeper for me. Apart from that, I like the sleeves, like the bodice. Just hope I can get the shirring right. So how much fabric do we need for this? It is a little bit fabric hungry. I'm not going to lie. They reckon it takes 3.5 meters. But again, they're not telling you different fabric amounts for different sizes. So does that mean they all need 3.5 meters? Who knows? We will see. Now, the fabric I've got 3 meters, so I will have to get it out of 3 meters, won't I? It just is what it is. Again, a size 8 to a size 22. They say it's a beginner pattern, which amazeballs me just because all that shearing elastic, to my mind, is not for beginners. But hey ho, what do I know? Maybe it's just me that it puts the fear of God in and everybody else whizzes them off. Watch this space. So you're going to need 3.5 meters of fabric, 3 spools of shearing elastic, 3 meters of 1 centimetre wide elastic. That sounds like a lot. That's for around the neckline. And a basic sewing kit. Fabric suggestions are cotton, linen blends and viscose. Again, they're saying linen. and shearing it. Not sure that would work very well, particularly if it's a stiff linen. If you've got a really soft, floaty shirt weight linen, yes, but for the beginner sewer, they need to make sure they're ordering the right sort of linen, and I think they should have put a weight for the fabrics as well to make sure that you didn't order something that was too heavy for that shearing elastic. So, what fabric have I chosen? I've got a choice of 2 for this one, and I can't decide which one. So let me know which one of these 2 you would choose. So this is the first one. It's a huge print on it with lots of brightly coloured tropical leaves. I got this from Fabworks when we went on our Yorkshire trip, and I think that would work really well in that pattern. And this is the other choice. It's the fabric that I bought recently from Little Legs Fabrics. So I've got tropical print, very holiday beachy-fied, or I've got a smaller floral print fabric. Now, they are both viscose fabrics, both floaty, and will be perfect for that. So they're my 5 patterns that I'm committing to make 1 a month from July. So watch this space. I'm going to do all 5 of them as sew-alongs. So there will be 1 sew-along from the Great British Sewing Bee Back to Basics book every month until the end of November. And then as a Brucey bonus, if I manage to get all those done, I want to make the backpack that is at the back of the book and use up some of my canvas scraps. Not sure which ones yet, need to dig them all out and have a play around with colour combinations. But I love that roll top backpack. I think it's really cute. And it may end up as a Christmas gift for somebody. So watch this space, but I can only make that if I've made all of the other 5 that I've chosen. So what do we think? Is it doable? Well, yes, I think so. I love all of them. Have you bought the book and can't decide which patterns you want to make? If you like, even if you only like one of the ones I've chosen, then, and you've not subscribed to my channel, then subscribe, because over the next 5 months, I'm going to be making one of those patterns every month and doing it as a sew-along with lots of hints and tips, because I am conscious that it's a great book, it's got good instructions, but if you're a visual learner like me, a sew-along is priceless. And I think they've been missing a trick with the Sewing Bee books, and I think that they should have done links for sew-alongs as well, or give you the option to purchase the sew-alongs. But they haven't, so I'm going to do them for you, but only for the 5 patterns, plus the backpack Brucey bonus, if I stay on track. So I'm going to love you and leave you there and start cutting my first pattern out. So what do you want me to do as the first sew-along pattern? Let me know. I will put it on my socials tab, and the one that gets the most votes for it is the one that I'll start with in July. If you don't know how to vote, just tell me in the comments and I'll add you into the mix as well. So I hope you're having a great sewing week, and I will see you next time for more sewing shenanigans. Take care and happy sewing, everybody. Bye for now.